From historic castles to stately homes, millionaires' mansions to penthouse pads, Britain is home to some of the world's most expensive houses.
I'd expect it to reach anything between 40 to 50 million pounds.
And the UK premium property market is booming with buyers.
People that work in the city, people who have football.
Old money, new money, aristocracy, the entire spectrum of people who have acquired significant wealth.
At UK Sotheby's Realty, brokers are under constant pressure to secure listings and get the sales.
I'm currently working with a couple of buyers at the level of 25 million.
The client said if I could buy Buckingham Palace, I'd buy it.
On a daily basis, they encounter the most extraordinary properties.
You can just imagine bouncing down that, can't you?
The wow factor.
While doing deals with the super rich.
This definitely is the property.
I would like to make an offer.
With millions on the line, clients are demanding and expect the best of the best.
People who deal in exceptional things want exceptional service.
It's all for the money. No, joking.
For Sotheby's UK Realty's country office, this year has been a boom year. People seeking a move to the country has seen demand for properties jump by over 20%.
It's a very active market. People have woken up to the fact that city living isn't necessarily the be-all and end-all. And consequently, they're looking outside of the capital to see what they can get. Space and an au pair. I think that goes incredibly well. Yes, that's what every man wants, is space and an au pair.
High-end people do expect certain things, so they will want their heliports, swimming pools, but they're quite happy to often buy something and develop it.
With rural prices on the rise, Jason, head of the country office, and Lorraine are heading to Northumberland in northeast England to try to secure the listing for historic manor turned hotel, Otterburn Castle. But to win the business, he must get the value right.
I think it might be the first time I've stayed in someone's house that I valued. In 32 years, I don't think I've ever done that before.
Oh, that's lucky it's a hotel then.
At the moment, the castle's used as a hotel, but it would work really, really well as a private home. It's got a heliport, enough land, but not too much land. At the end of the day, much harder to turn a home to a hotel than it is a hotel to a home.
British country estates are in demand, with half of those sold last year going to international buyers looking to swap their urban lifestyles for something a little more...
Here's the castle. Here we are.
Spacious.
How pretty is that? That is going to show so well on our website. We're going to find a buyer for that for sure. We're meeting Elena, who is the owner. She's lived in the castle for about 5 years. She wants to relax a bit now. She feels she's achieved what she needed to achieve out of it. Oh, hi there.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, Lorraine. Hello, Jason.
Nice
Welcome.
To meet you.
Welcome to Otterburn Castle.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
Eleanor lives in, owns and manages the hotel.
I came in January 2016. We've put more of a family take on the business. So I'd be sad to leave, and I think that's a little bit different from being sad to sell. I'm ready now to do something different.
Jason must convince Eleanor that he's the broker to secure the best sale price. But for him, there's more than a chunky commission tied up in this listing.
I hear, Jason, you've got connections to
well,
this building?
Yeah. Well,
and the history of it?
So I'm told. My family's connection to Otterburn is that my great-great-great-great-grandfather, Mad Jack Hall, as he became known, was in the Jacobite Rebellion. And he had this castle and all the lands, and he was captured in the rebellion and was hung, drawn and quartered. Now, part of that penalty wasn't enough just to hang someone and pull their innards out, but the Crown confiscated all his lands as well.
So, back to claim what's rightfully yours, Jason.
I'm here today to conduct the valuation, and just because I have the family connection doesn't mean that she's naturally going to give the instruction to us. I very much hope that I'm good enough on the day to win the instruction so that we can put it on the market.
Jason is very excited to get the listing. He's been talking about it for a few days in the office.
To win it, he's got to get in there and value it.
So shall we go inside?
The origins of this Grade 2 listed castle date back over 900 years. Its current form stretches over 3 floors, with 17 bedrooms and 4 reception rooms. The dining room features historic oak panelling and stained glass windows depicting the crests of previous aristocratic owners.
And then I would imagine this is what would have been a drawing room.
When I first saw Otterburn Castle, the emotion for me was just based around what an amazing place that was. It is a stunning home.
So have you done much work inside the castle?
Predominantly what we've done, Lorraine, has been exterior. Inside it was all refurbed about 6 years ago. All the roof's been redone. So yeah, the building is in good condition.
So you use this for weddings?
We use this for weddings, we use it for family celebrations.
Imagine if you own this as your family home, though, so then this becomes your reception.
Your lounge.
The morning room or the main reception room is such a beautiful room. It's just the most fantastic, entertaining room.
This room used to be the old library of the castle. And we've got 17 bedrooms, and this is one of them.
This room comes with its very own inglenook fireplace, above which there are 5 painted panels depicting scenes from the Battle of Otterburn, fought between the Scots and the English in 1388.
All the rooms are very different.
Yeah.
All very, very different. It's very much a personal choice, because some guests would probably not like this room, because it's quite dark.
The house has got lots and lots of opportunities, lots of different rooms. None of it would be overbearing for someone with the foresight to see how they can make it their own.
You going to mug me?
Am I going to mug you?
Is that gorgeous or what, eh?
And I believe I can run a decent marathon.
Thank you very much.
Download Veely now.
With prime country property sales at a 4-year high, Otterburn Castle is ripe for sale as a single residence mega mansion with its very own millionaire's playground.
We've got 3.5 miles of salmon and sea trout fishing on a tributary to the River Reed.
And it's 32 acres.
And it's 32 acres.
You know, I have great visions here of a Londoner.
Yeah.
Or someone who's looking for a large or a substantial house.
Right.
That they can potentially land their helicopter at. The valuation's tricky. You've got to look at the constituent parts, put them all together, and then you've got to look at also what the owner looks to get out of it. It all matters, all of it together. You put it all in a mixing bowl and you come out with a value.
Well, that valuation better impress owner Eleanor, or Jason's ancestral home will be taken away for a second time. Castles and country manors are jolly nice, but for those millionaires who enjoy city life, it's not just size they're after, but height. Penthouses are some of the most exclusive properties in London. In a prime location, they can go for over £75 million. First-time buyers Alessandro and Elenia are on their way to meet broker Constance from the London office.
I work for a market research company specialized in design.
I work in artificial intelligence, trying to build a big machine that predicts the future. It's fun.
But can he predict where they will be spending their millions? Top of the list is Hip Shoreditch in East London.
Yeah, it's where the cool kids are, so it's quite nice to be in the center of everything, where the buzz is.
In Great Britain, first-time buyers spend an average of £220,460. But these aren't your average first-time buyers. They want a 2 to 3 bedroom penthouse and are viewing properties up to £4.5 million. For broker Constance, this search has been like trying to find a needle in a very tall haystack.
I have been in touch with them for almost 1 year, looking around different developments. It's their first time buying a home together in London, so it's a big commitment.
It is a huge thing, scary, exciting, all of them. I'm personally very bad at making decisions, so it's a very hard process. She's much better than me.
We both look for very kind of high-rise building because we really love to have a great view.
And we are romantic, so we hope we are gonna one day find the place that we step into it and we know in that moment that it's the right place.
With a view at the top of the list, they've arranged to see Constance's first property, but not for the first time.
So today we are at the Makers. We've been here before.
Hello!
Hello, how are you?
Back again.
The Makers is a sleek 28-storey development that Alessandro and Elenia have actually viewed 3 times before.
Here we are to see it for the 4th time together.
But now, time is running out.
Because I've been nurturing this relationship for 12 months, so as time goes on, units are being snapped up.
With limited units available, will this be the tour where Constance persuades them to finally make an offer?
There is something always bringing us back. We really felt like it could be our home.
The Makers' 28th floor penthouse spans 2,065 square feet and features a state-of-the-art kitchen. Its 2 bedrooms boast full-height windows and are both en suite. The substantial living space connects to a winter garden offering dramatic views of the city. At £2.8 million, it's definitely in Alessandro and Elenia's price bracket.
You know, with that light, with that brightness, and the big windows, and so spacious as well. Like, wow, I feel like I am in a real penthouse now.
If you want to find a property where you can get it at 2.8 million, and you can get this level and space on the penthouse floor, this is an absolute winner.
Along the hall from the entrance is the open-plan kitchen living space with terrace.
That's quite a big kitchen.
Who does the cooking between you two? Always?
Half.
No.
Okay.
Wow,
okay.
Can you imagine actually cooking with this view here? That must be incredible.
Sauna over there, jacuzzi there in the corner. Yeah, we've always been very keen on a terrace, but having these big, glass windows you can open, it almost feels like being outside.
It's a really unique thing to have a winter terrace in an apartment in London.
Back down the window-lined hallway are the 2 ensuite bedrooms.
And both bedrooms are quite similar in their own size.
Oh, it's huge.
It's gonna take a lot of blinds to make this dark in the morning.
Both bedrooms are en suite.
It's nice. You can actually take a shower while you're looking outside. That's unique.
Or a bath with a glass of wine.
Do we have to make a decision? I mean, having the shard in front of you while you are drinking your coffee in the morning, that's not a bad thing, I guess.
So, at £2.8 million, is it 2nd, 3rd, oh no, 4th time lucky?
The penthouse is very nice, but we've been here 4 times already. We're not convinced by now. I don't think that coming a 5th, a 6th or a 10th time will really make us ready to make an offer. So probably it's worth focusing our efforts somewhere else. It should be like with women. When you find the right one, you know. And we never felt like we found the right one so far, so.
Did you?
The right apartment?
No. Right girl?
It's not love at 4th sight on the Makers, but will Constance find the penthouse that will tempt her Italian buyers into an offer? In Northumberland, Jason, head of the country office, is determined to get the listing for his family's ancestral home, Otterburn Castle.
We use this for weddings.
Imagine if you own this as your family home.
And he has a secret weapon to help win the business.
Hi, darling. Lovely to see you. I'm very well.
Yeah?
his mummy.
Lovely.
Isn't it,
Isn't this lovely?
Let me introduce you to Elena, who's the owner.
Hello. Hello.
Nice to meet you. This is my mum, Jane
meet
Smith.
you.
Whilst they never actually lived here, Jason and his mother Jane have visited in the past to explore the family connection.
Because you used to come here, didn't you?
We did. I brought you here, I'm sure, as a child. It is so special to be here in this wonderful house and to know that one's ancestors used to walk around here. We'd really love to get the lands back. Other Northumbrian families did claim their lands back. So quite who in my family, it was either my grandfather or great-grandfather, slipped up, I think.
Jason is here to put a value on the castle that convinces the vendor he's the right broker to sell it.
If you follow me through to this room, I would imagine this is where you would have taken tea. Can you remember being in here?
I think I can, with my mother.
Yeah.
She used to bring us up here. I know, it was all very special.
Yeah.
Well, special because it had such lovely connections, I think.
Can those connections help Jason win the listing, though? Well, his mum's not holding back. She's even brought the family tree.
Where am I?
You are there, bottom of the line.
And Mad Jack comes in here.
Mad Jack comes in. Well, he was born in 1672. He was Laird of Garsonfield, Otterburn Tower, and he was executed at Tyburn in 1716 for involvement in the Jacobite Rising of 1715.
It was so interesting and amazing to meet Jane because I think what was quite endearing about it is that the family link and the connection and the memories that it's brought back for her. Yeah, I think it's been a really lovely experience for me, hopefully for Jane too.
It feels quite extraordinary to be sitting here in the house that my great, whatever he was, grandfather used to walk around these grounds and live here. It's really lovely, actually, to be sitting here with the family tree and just bringing a little bit of it alive, I hope.
Oh, I think Eleanor was very excited that when she found out the connection. And actually, you know what? Having that connection will have undoubtedly formed a bond between us. But you don't sell your house with someone just because you like them. Thank you so much for showing us around. From the moment we drove in, it's been magical.
You're very welcome.
What we've got to be careful of is we don't want to go on the market and not sell.
Yes.
Okay? There's pressure to get houses on the market. We've got to take houses on that we can sell, and we've got to sell them well. We're talking about the castle, then you've got the fishing, and then you've got the grazing, and then you've got the stables, which would bring it all into 3 mil.
Yeah, fabulous.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, highly
Thank you.
satisfied.
If you're happy with that, we'll try that.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to have to do some fantastic photography, fantastic drone footage. Let's really push it out there. I feel a connection because there is that family history here, and I want to do really well for her. I feel proud that if we could sell it.
Listing in the bag, Jason can now face the 6-hour drive south with a smile on his face, even if it did take a little help from Mummy. In London, Shireen and junior broker Lena are trying to sell a £12 million penthouse on the 42nd floor of South Bank Tower. This premium pad is missing only one thing: everything.
The penthouses are currently shell and core, which basically means that there's just basic core materials within the apartment.
The South Bank Tower penthouse is a 4,400 square foot blank canvas with floor-to-ceiling windows framing epic, uninterrupted views of the London skyline from the south bank of the Thames.
For me, it's by far one of the best buildings that London has to offer.
Plus, it's a bargain, apparently.
So this penthouse is priced at £12 million. If this apartment was on the other side of the river, I'd expect it to reach anything between 40 to 50 million pounds. I'd love to live somewhere like this. This is home. No, my house doesn't look like this. So, Lena, here we are.
Wow.
Welcome to South Bank Tower and the penthouse.
This is amazing.
I've got an ultra high net worth client that's interested in one of the penthouse apartments that we have at South Bank Tower.
Shireen's super private buyer is a young millionaire entrepreneur who's looking for the wow factor and plenty of space to entertain.
Aren't you just blown away by the views the moment you walk in?
Just this space gets so much light.
It's common practice for the uber-rich to buy shell and core as they can let their imagination and credit card run wild to get everything just the way they want it.
Having 40 feet floor-to-ceiling windows obviously is absolutely stunning.
I'd make this my master bedroom. And then I have my walk-in wardrobe right there.
I think you're going to need a bigger walk-in wardrobe, Lena.
I would do like a glass balcony here. Just pretty much have everything white and marbles. Just put everything in marbles.
Shireen's buyer is cash rich but time poor, so Shireen is creating a video tour. This is her one chance to hook him in to try and get an offer.
So if I could get you just to film as I'm speaking and I'm pointing out what we can do with the space, if you can just pan the area that I'm speaking about, that will be absolutely amazing. Everything that we do today is hopefully going to secure an offer. So virtual viewings has become a massive trend.
Ready?
Ready? Okay, so here we are into what we would incorporate as the living reception space. You've still got the 40-foot floor-to-ceiling windows.
Shireen is amazing. When she was just running through the apartment space, I can picture exactly how it could be.
You can have it as your yoga room, you can have it as your hidden cinema room. So if you stop that now, and then we'll do another video here. Outside space is imperative to this client. Lena, the wow factor. So this is really a trophy asset with this outside space. Good?
Yeah, good.
Awesome.
This apartment's worth every penny. Every penny. 12 million, it's a bargain.
You've got to be pretty good at your job to be able to get them to offer on an apartment just by looking at a video or a walkthrough. It gives me anxiety pressing that send button on my mobile and sending a video off, but we try our best to get offers any way possible.
With Shireen's videos sent off to the buyer, she hopes that he can visualise the apartment's potential enough to clinch the deal.
It actually does give me anxiety.
In the London office, Constance is running out of options for her Italian buyers, Alessandro and Elenia.
Guys, can I pick your brains? I've been working with this Italian couple for about almost 12 months now. Maybe you have landlords in the city area who have portfolios and they might want to sell.
But the pressure isn't on from just her buyers.
In this industry, it's very much target-driven, and we're here to build for the companies.
I actually have a 2-bed in Canaletto Tower, but it's not a penthouse. Does it have to be a penthouse?
It doesn't have to be a penthouse, but it has to have unobstructed views.
I don't think we've ever found the one. This process that we've taken really allowed us to learn and understand what we're looking for, and now we're in a much better position to recognize the right place when we see it.
You're digging deeper and deeper into the market, but you can't lose patience because all that extra work leading up to that will be undone.
We'd really like to find a place that we like, that fits our personalities, that we can call home, and we want to make sure that we find the right place, we don't make a mistake.
Yeah, we're very picky though, so Constance has been doing a great job.
I don't like to say that I just want the money out of it because, yes, you want to be rewarded financially come the end of it, but you can't project that urgency with any buyer along any part of the transaction, whether it's the seller or the buyer, because that will just collapse.
As the search continues for Alessandro and Elenia, Constance is going to have to think outside the box to get a deal done. The country office has a new listing in the Surrey Hills in southern England. and it's cast a spell on broker John. Its name, Jelly's Hollow. Bought 12 years ago as a ruin, owners Andrew and Caroline have painstakingly brought this cottage back to life. They're due to hold a crunch meeting about how to sell it with John, who's on his way.
Jelly's Hollow is named after a 17th, 18th century highwayman of that name, a bit of a Dick Turpin character. It's very much what I would term a Hansel and Gretel cottage, a little bit of a gingerbread place.
It is a very, very special house.
We got married here.
We got married here, we had our wedding reception here, we've had our daughter's 21st birthday party here.
This place really is the home of fairy tales. Even Hollywood's come calling.
I certainly know that Beauty and the Beast was filmed in this part of the world. I also believe there's something to do with Star Wars in it. I never quite understand how Star Wars might have fitted in here.
As well as meeting sellers Andrew and Caroline, John is here to oversee photographer Russ to ensure the drone shots and interior stills for the brochure meet the standards his clients demand.
Hi, John. Hi. It is probably the one most important thing that we do when we're putting a property out to the market. The picture really is everything.
And John's clients will be piling on the pressure to get things just right.
I think the marketing of this property is highly important. The photography needs to be absolutely spot on.
If I wasn't happy with the photos, I'd be speaking to John straight away.
The £2.65 million Grade 2 listed cottage was originally built in the 16th century and has been lovingly renovated by the current owners. Featuring exposed timber frame throughout, it offers 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a large kitchen, and ample living space. Time for John to put Russ to work.
Now here I think we might start with the TV room, family room, snug room.
Yeah.
This is an extension. So they've had some very fine oak employed. You look at the door frames, you look at the beams. These are aspects of the 16th century that have been brought to life.
What we were saying is the modern with the old. Yeah, it looks great.
Again, have a look at the sitting room. You've got a great inglenook fireplace.
Wow.
Yes,
look at that.
Again, you've got your beams here.
Yeah.
And your windows. I can't emphasize it too much. You know, your eyes are constantly drawn in this house to that view.
At Jelly's Hollow, every bedroom has its own ensuite. This one even has changeable LED lighting. Ooh.
Now, the back bedroom, so to speak.
But it's the final bedroom that has an extra special feature.
What we have here is what I would call our ensuite garden.
Oh, wow.
Out we go, straight onto your private lawn. So you can wake up in the morning and bound out. Start naked if you want. Nobody else around.
There isn't.
Nobody else around.
I suppose that's
you might frighten a few foxes, but that's about it.
The company only makes money if the house sells, and at £2.65 million, that's a chunky commission for John. With the photo shoot done, a few days later, John's back, and the pressure is on to keep the vendors happy to ensure they sell it with him.
Vendor relationship, it can be as tricky as you make it. The art is not to make it tricky. The art is to engage, make sure that the vendor understands what you're trying to achieve. So there's the front piece of it, which I think really captures the whole of the property.
Slightly worried about the moss on the lawn. Well, the lawn's been treated for moss and it's gone brown.
Yes, you're quite right. Then just the side photos.
I'm not sure about the pink LED lighting in the bathroom.
So that's the big picture.
That actually looks much better if it's an ice blue.
Right, OK. Because there is an ice blue.
OK.
OK, so the bathroom ice blue. We move on to this one here. This is the major aerial shot.
It's amazing.
It is amazing, isn't it?
He's captured that beautifully. Stunning.
That's
brilliant.
That
is a superb shot.
Yeah. So how are you feeling? Good?
Good.
Yeah, good. Very happy about it.
You are?
Yeah.
It's,
Very pleased with the photos.
I'd buy it.
You'll buy. It's your stuff, you know.
He's delivered what he says he's going to deliver on time. So I trust him implicitly.
If you got the brochure wrong and people really hated what you'd done, it's going to cause, I would say, an issue. And like this place here, you know, we have a view out there which is exceptional. You know, if you forgot to put that in, that would be a major howler. However, you wouldn't. So we've got a good outcome, yeah.
Andrew and Caroline are happy, so John keeps the listing and must now hope the pictures lead to a successful sale. The old saying goes location, location, soft furnishings, or something like that. For Shireen, that's definitely the case. Her videos at the South Bank Tower have successfully hooked the interest of her young millionaire entrepreneur buyer, but he hasn't put an offer in yet.
My client would like to know the full potential of what we can create there and how we can make it an amazing home for him.
To convince her buyer to commit to the £12 million penthouse, Shireen must present interior designs. So she's at exclusive residential high-rise Upper Riverside for a crucial meeting.
In order for me to seal the deal, getting the right interior designer and architect is absolutely imperative. They've got to create something not only that is bespoke, but something that's got a fantastic resale value.
In pursuit of that vision, Shireen is meeting designer to the rich and famous Dara Huang.
When you're dealing with these type of ultra high net worth, they absolutely need a bespoke space that's designed for their life. They expect to have the best of the best and they're used to it. So you really need to answer that with a bespoke solution. So many times these penthouses are not fully fitted out and then they bring me in to add in all that magic.
With years of experience in super premium property, she even worked on the interior concepts for South Bank Tower when it was first built.
There are requests for wow moments. That might include entertainment bars. We've done clear glass garages, rising cars. We've got waterfalls, lots of waterfalls. It can go anywhere from something as simple as a home theater to something as extravagant as baby shark tanks.
Shireen has come to this residential tower at Greenwich Peninsula, for which Dara created the interiors, to see if Dara can deliver on that wow factor for her buyer.
Hey, come on in, Dara. Thank you for having me today.
Of course, it's so nice to see you.
You too.
Greenwich Peninsula is a tower that we worked on. So it's almost like walking into our environment and really getting an idea of what we can do.
And Shireen must be convinced that what Dara can do is win over her buyer.
So this is all you?
Yes, we've done everything here, all the interiors. A budget for a tower like this, just the interior fit out, would be a package around 70, 80 million.
It's definitely got a feel to it when you walk in.
It's just a small example of how we work with quality fabricators, how we put everything together. I would love to show you the theater and also show you the penthouse.
Yep, amazing, let's do it.
Dara begins her tour to impress Shireen with the shared facilities she realised.
So come on into our theater that we've designed. Ultra high net worth clients, they absolutely want this in their own home.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and when we get requests such as home theaters, home gyms, obviously home pools, home sauna steam rooms, service quarters, and even things as quirky as S&M rooms.
Wow, that is quirky.
Yeah, but you know, we're very professional about it. We don't flinch, we just do whatever it is they want. Buying at this end of the market, just purchasing the space is just the beginning of the journey.
But for Shireen, it's what Dara has done with the penthouse that really counts.
So welcome to the penthouse. We actually did a whole collection here. We did 9 of them. This is just one of them.
I absolutely love these, Dara. I just want to throw them around. Can I throw it at
Absolutely.
you? It's so cute.
It's so much fun, right?
It's so painful.
For me, the true definition of luxury is all about the details. So this is actually a local artist from London. The fabrics are from Italy. This is from Copenhagen. These are using British glass blowers. This is a painting that I did actually for this space.
You yourself did this?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I get obsessive about having everything look right, feel right, and like match. This is one of the first guest bedrooms.
So it was very important to me to see Dara's work physically because I'll be making that recommendation to the buyer. So I needed to see what it was all about and how it would all come together.
Does Shireen believe that Dara's credentials will get her buyer on board?
Absolutely 100% convinced that she's the person for the job.
This new project is the most incredible opportunity. We're talking about ceiling heights that are 8 meters tall. There is nothing in London like this space. I'm so excited to be embarking on this journey.
Dara is back at her studio to work on the designs for South Bank Tower that Shireen hopes will secure the sale and a hefty commission. In East London, Constance is still searching for a penthouse for her first-time buyers Alessandro and Ilenia. Today she's throwing them a curveball and going off-plan.
So here today we're at the stage in Shoreditch.
Hello!
Hello!
Nice to see you, Constance.
The stage is an exclusive £750 million residential high-rise built on the site of Shakespeare's former Curtain Theatre, which dates back to 1577. It's still a year away from completion, so buyers who want to get in early come to this showroom to view the development's potential. It features stunning residents-only amenities, such as a cinema, gym, and a bowling alley.
Definitely the first development we see with a bowling lane. So
bowling alley, yeah.
All the amenities look stunning.
First-time buyers they may be, but Alessandro and Ilenia are looking at 2 or 3 bedroom penthouses that cost millions. And although significantly smaller, this 1-bedroom show apartment gives a glimpse of the style on offer.
This is a 50 square metre apartment, all right? So very much smaller than what you'd be looking at.
That's very stylish.
It is, I think. There's a TV actually in the shower.
Oh, I love that. Ilenia's gonna hate that.
I will hate that, but you will love it.
I love it.
I will use the other bathroom.
I love it. I can see myself having a 1-hour shower watching a movie. I'm not sure Ilenia is of the same opinion.
Everything here has really nice finishings, but at the end is also modern. It's not just shouting luxury. So
It's not too pretentious.
Sensing that this could be true love, Constance has secured an exclusive peek at that all-important view. With a price tag of £4.5 million, the penthouse will offer a breathtaking panorama of London.
This is incredible, thank you.
Good.
It was quite a privilege and honestly quite fun. Put the helmet on, put the boots on, explore. It's definitely one that we're gonna be remembering for a while.
What is your favorite view?
Personally, always southwest.
Always
but I do know Ilenia might disagree.
I really like that direction.
Ilenia, morning person, sunrise, and I'm definitely not a morning person.
When you're dealing with a couple, you always have to consider each side of the package.
We found it quite difficult in the past because we always end up in a place where either is my view or his view. So now we really can have both.
We are basically the opposite on everything, but yeah, you're managing to get us both.
Opposites attract. They really liked the development, the history behind it, and the finishes in the apartment. And it was a real hit, I guess, to be able to go and take them all the way up to the penthouse and give them the 360 aspect.
After a year of house hunting, Constance could be on the verge of securing an offer.
It was such an experience to see the construction site. But something that might be a slight deal breaker is that there are two big towers in front of us that are higher than this building, and that's really blocking the view. It's not getting that unobstructed feeling we're looking for.
Constance is putting on a brave face.
We're very, very close and improving every time.
That's so nice. I'm so glad.
It's great that we are sharing this journey together and you understand us, because every time you're showing something, it's spot on.
Okay, that's so great to hear.
Getting there.
This is a long engagement to which Constance is absolutely committed.
Sometimes in this industry, you hear the jackpot where it's one inquiry, one viewing, and one sale agreed. Or you're really working that relationship over months and months and being patient, because the satisfaction at the end, when you find that place and they stick with you, then that's a story in itself. On to the next one. So we keep going.
So the journey continues for Alessandro and Elenia. And here's hoping Constance finds their dream home sooner rather than later. Today's the day Shireen gets to see designer Dara's vision for the £12 million penthouse at South Bank Tower. Get the images right and the deal is done.
Pressure is definitely on. Dara's plans essentially are a core part of getting South Bank together and hoping that it all goes through, because those designs have really got to pop out to the buyer. But if they don't, then it's back to square one.
If Shireen's young millionaire buyer does like the plans, Dara and her design team are also in for a healthy commission.
Hey, Shireen. How are you guys?
Good. How's it going?
I see plans. I'm really excited to see them. I cannot wait.
Dara is presenting plans and computer-generated images of her vision for the apartment.
The ultimate bachelor penthouse. It's a very open floor plan for somebody who loves to entertain, work in the same space, and have a nice, cozy lounge. And then as you walk over here, this is going to be a huge dining room table so that his colleagues can come around. And then as night falls, they can have a dinner and get this amazing view.
After this meeting, Shireen will pitch the plans to the buyer for his make or break decision. Both their commissions are hanging on these designs.
Now, my favorite part of this whole penthouse, which I think is the real wow factor, is definitely going to be the ultimate roof terrace.
Outside space.
Yeah. Here's a really quick CGI of our vision.
Wow.
We want to have a green wall on both of these walls, so from here you just see the green and the plants. And then we're going to have a glowing onyx bar for entertainment. We're actually going to put in a dual pool and jacuzzi pool. Yeah, the ultimate outdoor penthouse space.
The average cost of renovating a three-bedroom house in the UK is just over £77,000. This will cost up to £1.8 million on top of the £12 million asking price.
We're looking about $400 to $450 a square foot. That's just like a very quick calculation for a place that he's expecting here. That is very high, but I do expect that that is the refit cost for a place like this.
Thank you so much for bringing the CGIs across. They really do help me visualize and to report back to him in terms of exactly what this space can look like.
Fingers crossed. This really has been our dream to see through.
Yeah.
Let me know.
We're all praying and hoping, so let's see. How you doing?
Will their prayers work?
Good, thank
Shireen has sent over the designs and pitched them to her buyer.
the plans.
He has made his decision, and Shireen is back to meet Dara with the news on whether they have both won big.
Thanks for taking the time out for meeting. It's so nice
of
to
course.
see you.
It's so nice to see you. It always gives me a little bit of anxiety before we find out if we get a project or not.
I've spoken with the client for
Yeah.
South Bank Tower, and he absolutely loved what
No
you
way.
created.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Absolutely loved it. Like, it blew him away.
Really?
So the good
Oh my
news
God.
is that we've done it!
Yay! Awesome! Thank you so much.
Deal done. South Bank Tower sold. Dara's concept impressed. Shireen gets her sale, and Dara has been hired to bring her vision to life.
I think the part that we discussed the most was the terrace. It
Yeah.
was so important to him to get that space right.
Awesome news. Well,
Great news. We've got to celebrate.
Yeah, let's definitely get some drinks.
Yep. I was over the moon when the sale was done. Delighted isn't even the word that's in the dictionary. I was jumping for joy. So when it was done and I got that phone call to say it had completed, not only was it sort of not a weight off the shoulders, but it felt like such a massive accomplishment. It was a fabulous feeling.
Like being on top of the world, or the ultimate penthouse. From historic castles to stately homes, millionaires' mansions to penthouse pads, Britain is home to some of the world's most expensive houses.
I'd expect it to reach anything between 40 to 50 million pounds.
And the UK premium property market is booming with buyers.
People that work in the city, people who have football.
Old money, new money, aristocracy, the entire spectrum of people who have acquired significant wealth.
At UK Sotheby's Realty, brokers are under constant pressure to secure listings and get the sales.
I'm currently working with a couple of buyers at the level of 25 million.
The client said if I could buy Buckingham Palace, I'd buy it.
On a daily basis, they encounter the most extraordinary properties.
You can just imagine bouncing down that, can't you?
The wow factor.
While doing deals with the super rich.
This definitely is the property.
I would like to make an offer.
With millions on the line, clients are demanding and expect the best of the best.
People who deal in exceptional things want exceptional service.
It's all for the money. No, joking.
At UK Sotheby's Realty, it's been a successful few months. The buoyant housing market has led to a massive increase in UK sales. Yet the brokers are still driven by unrelenting targets.
There's a persistence that is necessary to make a good broker. You know, it's a bit like the swan, you know, you're gracefully gliding along the top and down below everything's running like buggery.
Today, John from the country office is gliding down to the Sussex coast, just along from Bognor Regis.
Years ago, Bognor was quite a favoured town. I mean, the story goes that King George V, on his deathbed, his last words were "Bugger Bognor." How true that is, but it is Bognor Regis.
John's been instructed on a super prime beachfront property.
Right. Okay. I think I've taken the wrong turning. I think I was happily yabbering away. Oh, my lord, where am I? Ah, yes. Right, we're now approaching the house.
This £3.6 million arts and craft mansion was originally built in the 1920s for a director of Rolls-Royce and has been lovingly maintained. It has an indoor swimming pool, spa centre, and its spectacular coastal setting allows direct access to the beach. The current Beachfront owners, former international IT consultant Roger and retired university lecturer Maddie, are selling to downsize.
This has been such a lovely house to live in. Sooner or later, we're going to need to downsize as sort of grandparents, so getting on the elderly side. So we thought that now probably would be a sensible time to do it.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
At 3.6 million, this mansion is over 11 times the average price of a property in the area. So, John is looking to the capital for a buyer and has invited Lee and Shireen from the London office for a viewing.
London gets a huge number of international inquiries. There is no reason why those international inquiries can't seep out into the countryside.
Hi, John.
Hi there. How nice to see you.
How are you? It's an absolute treat being here today because I'm usually up in penthouses. You know, my view is above, whereas this view looks like it's going to be quite nice and wide.
Lee, lovely to see you. You well? Hopefully they will be able to identify people they know, be they clients, be they of whatever nature, who might feel they'd like to come and have a look at this. That's what I'm hoping to achieve.
I'd like you to show us a house that's got a seafront on the back of it.
Come this way. The Aldwick 100.
This beachside property has 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. At over 7,000 square feet, it also has its own guest house that opens right onto the beach. A games room and a cinema room, and in many ways is ahead of its time.
Right. Here we are. You see, we've got 1920s emojis there. We've got our laughter, we've got our quizzical, we've got our surprised, we've got our grumpy, and...
What's that?
Flatulence, perhaps? I don't know. Flatulence.
The detailing here in the hallway is just fantastic.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Is it all original?
It is all original.
Designed by architect Edwin Davidson in the 1920s, these carvings exemplify the features retained for a century, including the oak panelling and the door casings.
If we lead on.
Leading off the hallway are several reception rooms. And this newly refurbished kitchen.
I've noticed something. Another little...
Ah, this, yes. This is the... Every room has a bell push, as it did in the 1920s.
That's amazing.
And it still works.
So if I go upstairs and do it, will you make me a cup of tea and bring it up?
I don't make my husband a cup of tea, let alone make you a cup of tea. So there's lots of bits and bobs in the house that absolutely threw me off, and one of those things was the bell and the service calling, I don't know what you call it. That's not the bell.
Maybe it is connected. No, that's just the telephone.
That's the home telephone.
That's the home telephone.
I know you're used to being served when you press your button, but on this occasion...
That's the telephone ringing.
Let me take you on, firstly, to the bedroom, because I think you will find this absolutely exquisite.
Wow, look at that.
Now, that is really what this house is all about. Your eyes are drawn to the view, to the garden, the seascape.
Imagine waking up to that view every day.
There's nothing interrupting you. You know, if the occasional dolphin might spring up and disturb you, that's what it might be.
It may be a day out at the seaside, but John needs to convince Lee and Shireen that this mansion could be right for one of their London-based buyers.
It's a great house. It may not suit everybody. I think it's one of those type of properties that may take a bit of time to secure the right type of family.
Yay!
Right.
And we're
Here you are.
outside in the beautiful space.
There's nothing overlooking into this garden.
No.
I mean, the view's just spectacular.
You've got our swimming pool in here. As you can see, it's quite a good-sized pool.
Do you think you could make yourself at home here for a while?
Definitely.
Shireen, I think she is a city girl. However, you can take the city girl out of the city from time to time. So that relaxation point leads us on perhaps to the major relaxation point.
At 3.6 million, how does this compare to the London market?
It's a one-bed flat in Mayfair.
Does anyone immediately or come to mind?
I can think of one family that I'd like to speak to. They have recently bought a property in Mallorca.
Right.
But they would also like to have something here on the coast.
Right.
And I think if we can try and bring him here and show him what I've seen today, I think there could be some interest.
Well, that would be delightful. That's what it's all about. Clearly, the ultimate objective, to be here, to interact as we are, is to sell this house. That is the main game, without question.
I mean, who doesn't want this? Who doesn't want this?
Back in London, Polina has a brand new listing a stone's throw from the Natural History and Victoria and Albert museums.
It's an exciting day. I'm just now at my new listing, beautiful penthouse in the heart of South Kensington.
This £4.5 million penthouse has one large open-plan living area, leading out to a landscape terrace and up to a rooftop garden, providing spectacular views over the London skyline. On the floor below are 3 bedrooms and 2 ensuite bathrooms. The property isn't officially on the market, but that's not stopping Polina.
I'm a big believer in social media. Hi guys, I'm at South Kensington Penthouse today. I'm about to meet our clients, and before they're here, I would like you to show some of the best features here. The idea is to create this buzz before it's even on the market.
And it's worked, with 2 viewings lined up within days of her first postings. Starting with Sai, mortgage broker to the super rich.
We work with a whole lot of international clients looking to buy property in central London. Hello.
Really good to see you. Stylish as always.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I was coming to see you, so I took an effort.
Aw, I appreciate it. Maybe you could tell me a bit more about your buyer, like what is he doing, what he likes, what's his vision of the perfect home?
So he is relocating to London from South Africa. Single guy, works in finance, has a selection of supercars. So the parking is something that I'm a bit worried about, but he loves the location. This particular client is looking to spend anywhere between 4 to 4.25 million. He's looking for a cool apartment which offers entertaining space, but the most important thing for him is a roof terrace or a garden.
That sounds like jackpot already.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it looked great on the gram when I saw it on one of your stories, and I thought this could be
the
quite
power
good.
of social media. I'm glad
Absolutely.
It's working.
Yeah, absolutely. You are very, very good on it.
Shall we get in?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
The asking price is £4.5 million. Per square foot, that's over 7 times the UK average. So Polina really has to convince Sai that this property is worth stretching his client's £4.25 million budget.
Oh, wow.
This is quite impressive,
God, that's
right?
amazing.
I mean, would you ever think that you're in South Kensington?
This is so cool.
So let's start with the kitchen, because this is quite special and has a story behind it. So this is marble. This one is quite big, and it's one piece. Do you have any ideas how they could bring it in?
Crane? Did they crane it in?
Okay, you're quite professional.
I've seen a few of these, yes.
So they did actually crane it through the terrace, on the crane, through the balcony, all the way up to here.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool, isn't it?
This is a very gentleman approach to design and architecture, I think. Just like, I like this piece of marble from Italy, let's get it in. All the appliances are obviously brand new Miele. Here we go.
This extractor is basically going all the way up. How do you think it would work out for your buyer?
My only concern is that he doesn't like to cook. For him, it'll be the question of having an open plan kitchen, which is a slight issue.
I've never heard before that the buyer doesn't want to have like kitchen. I hope we'll find a way to sort this out.
He doesn't like to cook and he doesn't like the smell.
Oh, so he doesn't want to see the kitchen. He doesn't want to know where the food is coming from.
Ideally, he needs to have a 5-car garage and a separate kitchen.
Well, let me sell it for you. So we have a really cool extractor here. All the smell will be like taken in, soaked in straight away. You know, if he would have a chef cooking for him, or what's the plan? How he's gonna eat?
I think he will probably be using one of those apps for delivering food.
Oh, okay. So he can just look at this beautiful marble and have his bar here and drinks. And if someone is cooking here for him, he can probably hide behind the extractor as well. I hope I sold it. Did I?
Good recovery, Paulina. But it will take something special to get Cy to convince his South African bachelor to come for a viewing.
Shall we go to the living room? Let's go.
Please, I'll follow you.
This is impressive, isn't it?
It is very, very cool.
I absolutely love the space. This is the feature. Close your eyes. Close.
This is a Russian thing? Close your eyes.
Look up, please.
Oh, wow.
So imagine
it opens all the way?
Yes.
This is very nice, very cool feature.
Exactly.
That's a really neat trick, being able to open up the roof. I think that'll be a great way to indulge your guests and have a good time.
Do you have your swimming suits with you, by the way?
No.
No? Well, you better bring one next time, because there's a jacuzzi upstairs.
What?
So just imagine, you can open up the whole thing.
Yeah.
There is a lounge area, sitting area just here, and right next to it is a jacuzzi. How cool is that?
Wow, it's very cool.
Yeah, I love it.
And did you say you could pass the champagne bottles from here?
Oh yeah, for sure, just like a basketball ball. Absolutely. What do you think? Would your guy like it?
In terms of negatives, the open plan kitchen.
Yes.
I mean, it is above his price range, but it's got a lot going for it.
Obviously, he knows the buyer well, so he was here to check the space, but I couldn't really feel it through him and through his body language how suitable it would be for the buyer.
The open plan kitchen might be an issue. So it's a question of seeing, whether he'll compromise.
It's a maybe at best from Cy. Paulina's hoping for a better result with her next buyer. In central London, broker Diana is meeting high-end property developer Cam Babe at his office.
Hello, Diana. How are you? Good to see you.
Cam has worked his way up from car dealer to luxury property developer and is well known in the London super prime real estate market.
How I know Cam is he had an apartment in One Hyde Park, which is one of the most expensive buildings in Knightsbridge. So I found him a tenant, achieved a real good rental value for him of over £15,000 a week.
And the working relationship has continued, with Diana recently introducing Cam to one of Sotheby's largest and most ambitious listings.
I see a lot of potential headache, a lot of potential happiness afterwards.
And then from there onward, stalking him, really.
And you know what? I get a lot of inspiration working from here.
I love that water feature and forever chasing him and just saying, look, let's do business and let's work together. Sun trap here.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
It's got good energy to it, hasn't it?
You want good energy? Let me show you the details on Amberwood House. Let's do some work.
Cam has a super prime £75 million development due to hit the market in 3 months. And with the international super rich returning to London amid the easing of restrictions, Diana wants the listing.
It's very important to get into the early stages of any renovation work and not expect that you can take it on a listing just like that.
Working with the right agent will bring me the right buyer. So it is super important that I choose the right agent.
Knowing him as much as I know him so far is that he has no time for, you know, bullshit. Can I say that?
We have several up-and-coming trophy assets that I'm doing, and one which we are now shortlisting individuals who are super well known in the world, and you are one of them. What I wanted to just talk to you is a home that we bought. It's a single dwelling, and possibly the best house in central London.
To view the best house in London, Cam is ditching a luxury motor for his preferred mode of transport. And Diana's coming along for the ride.
Let's go and show you, have a bit of fun in London. Show you London how it really is. Come on, Diana. So you got the V&A Museum to the right.
So nice.
Yeah, it's just stunning, isn't it? You got Harrods just 100 meters behind you, and there's Amberwood House.
Oh, wow.
Behind this unassuming entrance lies Amberwood House, a supersized renovation that began 4 years ago. This 15,300 square foot mega mansion is spread over 6 floors, 3 of them underground. Now close to completion, this is the listing Diana is here to win. When finished, the entrance will be transformed. And the garden will become a premium outdoor living space with full-height French doors leading into a formal reception room. The house will also include 7 bedrooms, seven bathrooms, and in the basement, its very own spa and swimming pool with built-in cinema screen.
You can come down here, book your massage, your gym training session, your hair salon. So you can have the whole service here. It's like a coming here.
5-star hotel.
Yes, 7-star.
7-star.
We don't do 5-star, we do 7-star.
And such ultra-high standards come with an ultra-high price tag.
Amberwood House is a very special home. We've discussed the guide price to be circa 75 million.
That's a hefty commission for the broker who sells it, and both Cam and Diana know it.
I think it would be the most beautiful home in central London. I don't think there's any home with this caliber of finishes and quality. I'm happy for you to correct me if I'm wrong. You know, do let me know.
So far, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
And the house has history. Built in 1928, Amberwood was formerly the home of prima ballerina Margot Fontaine, who hosted glamorous parties for the likes of Princess Margaret, Peter Sellers, and even JFK. The ballerina herself inspired the home's central feature.
And Margot Fontaine was on this second or third step and doing her whole thing. You know, I can't do it, but it was something amazing. And I thought, my God, I'm going to have to recreate this whole staircase. We've now redesigned the whole house to take 6 floors of Portland stone, all cantilevered. Now, cantilever means it looks as though it's floating. Big pieces like the corner pieces, the landing, is just under 1,000 kilos. So imagine all of this we've had to put in place from new.
Amazing.
That was £580,000 just for the staircase. Yeah.
Over £500,000 for the stairs? The full renovation has been budgeted at an eye-watering £28 million. Even the taps are bespoke, like these designed by THG Paris and Lalique.
Oh!
Don't switch anything on, please.
How much is that, out of interest?
Just to have approximately £4,500 to £5,000 a set.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's 7 bedrooms, and the master bedroom has got 3 in each, so quite expensive stuff, but it's the best.
There's no doubt about it that he's spent a lot of money. Everything has simply been carefully handpicked for this particular project. Good job.
As long as we got your approval, Diana. So this is the garden. So we're having an outdoor fireplace, outdoor television, outdoor kitchen, seating area.
Yeah.
So you could literally live out here. There's no road noise, nothing.
It feels so calm.
Yeah. But where else can you hear the birds? Yeah.
Are they your birds?
Not my birds, and there's no sound effects.
It's crazy because you walk through those doors and then you've got a mega house. I just absolutely love it.
And what a mega house needs is a mega broker to sell it. And Diana's determined that it's her.
So there you twisted my arm into getting you here to have a look. You're a good salesperson.
So I'd love to represent Cam and, be his #1 broker. If you're seen to sell something like that, you'll basically be, be talk of the town, talk of London.
Diana's not the only broker courting Cam. She will have to keep up the charm offensive to win this big money listing. Barbados. 4,200 miles away from the hustle and bustle of London, yet known to the super-rich as Little England. It is a mecca for high net worth Brits and celebrities, with homeowners including Wayne and Colleen Rooney and Sir Cliff Richard. UK Sotheby's Realty Managing Director Guy sees an opportunity to boost his sales figures.
There's areas now which they're calling Little Surrey, for example, because the clients that have bought out there, their second homes and their holiday homes, all seem to be coming from Surrey, from the sort of stockbroker belt.
Sotheby's global network means brokers bag a percentage of the sales fee every time they refer buyers.
One of my clients has sold an €8.5 million home in the south of France, again through our network. We've got a sale in Italy going through at the moment, and likewise in Greece. And if I can add Barbados to that list, that's the perfect goal at the end of the day.
Guy wants to get in on the action, and today he is viewing a super prime property with Sotheby's woman in Barbados, Muffin.
Guy knows Barbados, but he doesn't know all of our properties, and this is certainly one that we would love to work with the UK office on in finding a potential purchaser.
Hello.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, I'm good. It's really important that I've physically been here to see this home so that I can talk about it with confidence. This is really important to me, is, the super prime markets, being able to connect the dots. I love it. This is what I do.
Come inside, let me show you.
Excited. Yeah, looking forward to it. Wow. That is one impressive entrance.
Cove Spring House, located on the highly sought-after West Coast, is on the market for $40 million. It boasts 3 reception rooms, 7 bedrooms, a 75-foot outdoor pool, jacuzzi, and an indoor bar. Its Canadian businessman owner is selling, and Guy sees an opportunity to get the referral fee by introducing a buyer from his little black book.
From the moment you drive in, you see that grand entrance, and then you walk straight through that incredible reception hall, and all you can see is the ocean. I mean, it's breathtaking.
The home would have been oriented to take advantage of the easterly breezes, which you can feel as you stand here.
I mean, I definitely need that breeze today. It's super hot, huh? You're used to it.
I am, yes. Warm all year round, Guy.
What's the ceiling height of that?
Well, my unit of measurement is normally my height, so about
8 muffins,
8
right?
muffins. There you go.
As a homeowner, this is like where you want to invest, right?
Absolutely. So our West Coast is our platinum coast, and that's because you have the best beaches,
all of the sunsets, the calmest ocean, all of the high-end restaurants are on this side of the island, and all of the largest and most expensive homes.
They may be the most expensive, but that means a limited pool of buyers. There's still plenty for Guy to see before he's ready to pitch this $40 million mansion to his network of millionaires back in the UK. Polina is in central London, trying to sell her new off-market listing. The first viewing with big money mortgage broker Sai didn't go to plan.
My only concern is that he doesn't like to cook.
Polina is hoping the penthouse might be more to her next buyer's taste.
So my next buyer his name is Andrea. When I got here, I thought like, I need to bring him here as well.
I was born in Italy, close to Milan, and I moved to the UK 8 years ago. And, I'm working in tech and finance, and I graduated here in 2018.
Polina's social media posts of the penthouse have attracted Andrea's attention, who is looking for not one, but 2 properties.
One for myself, but I'm also looking for one for my parents. They currently live in Dubai, but they're looking for an apartment here. They preferably would want to have a terrace to enjoy a bit of, outdoor space. The budget is between 8 and 10 million pounds.
At £4.5 million, Polina's penthouse sounds like it meets Andrea's parents' requirements, even if it is a few mil below budget.
I thought, it's better to be below the budget than above. And I have a feeling like from what you've described to me, you might really like it.
If they like it, Andrea's parents will be in stylish company, as the next-door end-of-terrace house was renovated and interior designed by fellow Italian Giorgio Armani.
Here we go. So here's our principal bedroom. Please come in. There's all of this is storage. Here, our marble bathroom. It's one piece of marble.
But it's not just any old marble.
It was polished in Italy to have this shape, and then it was brought up here.
Beautiful though.
Yeah, I love the color.
It's very elegant, very minimalistic. I love it.
The bathrooms are made in marble, which is something quite rare here. It's like pure marble is really complicated to find.
Okay, so shall we go upstairs?
Let's go.
Follow me, please. The living room, the entertainment space.
Wow. The kitchen is just crazy. It's beautiful.
Oh, I'm so glad you liked it. Yeah, do you cook? Does your family like do you do dinner?
I love cooking, but my mom's cooks more than me. She would love to use this kitchen.
We had a chef at home, but she basically didn't want him anymore, and she'd rather cook for the family rather than having someone cook for us.
The first viewing, when Sai was mentioning that, well, the kitchen is too big and my buyer doesn't want to see the kitchen and people cooking. And then we have another buyer coming in and saying, like, my mom loves cooking, she would love the space. And I was like, finally. Shall we have a look at the terrace?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. This is the spot.
Wow. Nice view as well.
So how does it feel? What do you think?
The interior design is amazing. It's exactly what my family is looking for. The only concern perhaps would be the size of it. I think my family are looking for an apartment that is slightly bigger.
With size an issue, Andrea is not prepared to put in an offer on behalf of his parents. But Polina is not giving up.
I understand, of course, that probably for your parents would be a little bit small. I remember you mentioned that you're looking something for yourself.
I know where you're going.
This would be like a perfect bachelor
this
pad,
would exactly be my type of apartment. But my budget is around 2 million.
At £4.5 million, the penthouse is a no-go for Andrea as well.
So we didn't get any offers today, but we haven't even launched it. We haven't even started marketing it. And we're just at the beginning.
The next day, Polina gets a surprise call from big money mortgage broker Cy.
Oh, okay, so your buyer actually liked it. Oh, amazing. Yeah, amazing, good news. I just had a really good call with Cy. It seems like his buyer actually agreed to come to the viewing himself. This is very exciting.
With a second viewing in the bag, the penthouse could be sold before it's even on the market. Down on the south coast, John has been busy looking for buyers for this £3.6 million 1920s arts and crafts mansion.
Hi.
Hello there.
Do take a seat. Have a coffee.
Ah, delightful.
But it turns out owners Roger and Maddie aren't quite ready to leave.
Yes, and the move.
Well, it's not by choice. We love the house. It's not, oh, we want to move away from the house. This house is part of my history, more than just the time we've been here.
Yes.
So I've known it for such a long time. I moved down here in the 1970s. We would walk along here and see these lovely houses. This was the one that always stuck in my mind, because it was always a bit of a dream. But unfortunately, we didn't get to the stage where we could live here until I was in my mid-60s, which is a great shame, because we only managed to live here for 6, 7, 8 years, whatever. But
Maddie and Roger sound like they're wavering, and John may lose the listing.
One needs to be able to build relationships with people. You have to be able to get on with people, empathise with people, and understand what their requirements are, what makes them tick.
is it the right thing to now downsize with the future in mind and use the cash that comes in to help the family, to help the son, the bank of dad, bank of granddad?
Yes.
You know, for education, housing, all the problems that affect every family.
And I find so frequently these days that that sentiment is more and more expressed by clients. They've come to a point where they've got a lovely house, but you know, there is another stage that needs to be moved on to.
So, are Roger and Maddie ready to make the move for the sake of their family?
It's the right thing to do for the family, and we've agreed after much discussion to do so.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be an easy move.
No. You'll be sad to leave here.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Well, let's see if we can make it as painless as possible.
I wouldn't want to move. I wouldn't choose to move. If there was another way of resolving the issues that are within our family and in the way we can help our family, then if there was another way, yes. But this is the right way.
This is the right thing to do, yeah.
Maddie and Roger are now committed to the move. The rest is up to John.
You are ultimately dealing with people's lives. If there was one word that I would use to encapsulate it all, and it's trust. People will let you sell their house if they trust you to do what they want.
Guy is in Barbados with local broker Muffin, viewing one of the most expensive properties on the island. And at $40 million, it could land him a tasty referral fee if he can secure a UK buyer.
So guys, should we have a look upstairs at some of the bedrooms and the view?
I'd love to. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, I'll follow you.
Upstairs are 4 of the 7 bedrooms, all with sea views.
They're pretty big, aren't they?
They're all pretty spacious, very high ceilings. Each has its own ensuite, and each one opens out onto this covered terrace, which is ocean facing.
Yeah. Gosh, they're really good size, aren't they?
Yeah, come, let's go have a look.
you'd be in good company in these rooms, with Mark Wahlberg, Tom Cruise, and even Prince Harry having apparently slipped between the sheets. Each room has custom-made walk-in wardrobes and imported Italian marble bathrooms. Still not enough space for your guests? Not a problem. The guest cottage has a further 3 ensuite bedrooms, making 10 in total.
That really is impressive.
Yeah.
What a view.
Even better than downstairs.
Oh, incredible.
Technically, there's no such thing as a private beach in Barbados. But other than through the house itself, the only way to access this beach is by boat or super yacht. And if you've ever wondered how the super rich stay super rich, it's by turning their multiple homes into the world's most expensive holiday lets.
The owners do rent it to help cover the running expenses.
Makes sense. Say I wanted to come and rent it for a week, how much would it be?
You're looking at $25,000 US per night.
So, just $175,000 to rent for the week then. But at $40 million to buy, does Guy think he could tempt his high net worth contacts?
This house is incredible. It is an absolutely majestic home. It's prime West Coast Barbados. I'm very lucky in that, having travelled for both pleasure and work, to see some of the most incredible houses around the world, and this ranks up there as one of the best homes I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm looking forward to presenting this back in the UK.
I know your team has a lot of amazing connections, so anything you need, just let me know.
Perfect.
All right.
In central London, Diana has been on the charm offensive, trying to convince developer Cam to give her the listing for the ultra-prime £75 million Amberwood house.
Today you twisted my arm into getting you here to have a look. You're a good salesperson.
Eager for an answer, Diana is back at Amberwood House to see if Cam has finally made a decision on whether she will get the listing.
I'm feeling a little bit nervous because I haven't spoken to Cam for some time now. I don't think it will be a disappointment. I think he'll instruct me. I think he'll let me list it.
So we are now what you would call a penthouse.
Time for Diana to make her final pitch.
Swimming pool, now you see the top of the house.
God, look at that view.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Gorgeous view. It's a super masterpiece of a home. We collaborate with the auction house. This is a piece of art. I'd love to represent you. I mean, what can I do to encourage you to consider me as your broker?
Well, thank you for calling it a piece of art. I need to see from you and your team what you can deliver, who's looking for a property like that, and I need to kind of look into a bit more deeply in your address book or your email address book.
My black book.
Your black book.
I'm super passionate about this house.
Well,
it feels like it's my baby.
I tell you something, Anna. I look forward to seeing your selling plan on paper. Agents, in general, tend to say anything to get your business, but I can read through that now after decades of being in the business.
Okay, Cam, I know you're a businessman and you've been in the industry for many years, so you know all the agents in the industry already. I will go off and I will provide you with all the details and reports that you're wanting. But I would love you to give me the opportunity to present it to you before you speak to any other agents. When you're so passionate about something, you have to fight for it.
You're very passionate. I do want to give you a good chance at it, but it's going to take a lot of convincing. She's first through the door, and I will give her the first chance at it. Come back to me, let me know how you want to do it.
Okay.
Great to see you.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Diana has her foot in the door as the first broker to negotiate with Cam on his mega money listing. All she needs to do now is to get him to sign on the dotted line.
I will never give up. And of course, fingers crossed, I will find a buyer for Amberwood House. I was born a fighter.
Back in the less sunnier climes of London, Guy has teamed up with broker Constance on his mission to find a buyer for $40 million Cove Spring house in Barbados and get that all-important referral fee.
The ultimate goal is to be able to present a potential buyer to Muffin for that, or someone to visit it and physically view it.
And Constance has delivered a lead.
Paul has 2 properties in Barbados. He spends about half the year there with his family, and he's also a developer.
Nice to see you.
Paul, this is Guy, our managing director.
COVID friendly. Namaste.
Always.
Welcome.
Thank you.
The only thing about Barbados that really attracts me there is the weather. The weather's really fabulous when it's absolutely revolting here. Come in, please.
Film producer and developer Paul already owns 2 properties in Barbados, including a plantation and polo club, which he runs as a hotel between his other hobbies.
I'm extremely good at really doing absolutely nothing, sitting on the beach, sunbathing. So I found that being the best thing about the place.
What I wanted to do today was talk you through something I saw in Barbados very recently. It's called Cove Springs House. Really good entertaining space, the pool, the beach.
I know the house from driving past, and it's on the beachfront, so you sail or swim there. It's a lovely house. How big a site is it?
I think we're about over 12,000 square foot in terms of accommodation. You might know someone who it could work for.
I actually do know someone who's looking at that sort of thing.
Is it someone who might be looking as an end user or investment?
They would be using it as an investment. I've got a group that want to have a private club on the beach, and they've looked at a number of properties down that expensive coastline. Yeah, private club on the beach. That's what these people would be looking at the property like that for.
If you happen to be travelling in the next few weeks, I think I'd love you to go and have a look and meet with Muffin, our colleague over there, and have a little look around it and see what you think for yourself.
Love to. I'm there next week, actually.
I'll speak to Muffin. I'll set that up. I think it would be good for you to see.
Let's hope something can happen out of this networking, I can call it.
Made that promise to Muffin. In the next few weeks, Paul will head back over to Barbados and she'll get to show him around the house, and fingers crossed, you never know where it might lead.
The international networking has paid off. Guy has delivered a potential buyer for the $40 million Cove Spring house.